Well, this is going to go however it goes, so you'll have to forgive us. Who's got the record, first of all? I've got it. You've got it? Whoop, whoop, whoop. I've got it yesterday. Do a little preview later. But we're going to do Washed Out, which is the first song from the record. Are we good to go, James? Are we streaming on live? Are we on Facebook Live? Live Facebook Live. Oh, not changing angles. Nice, okay.
That's better, you're the right way up now.
Well, there's only one way to do this, and that's just to get it done.
It's tall.
Goddamn, I think I'm stuck again. Lost call, it's time to sink or swim. Blacked out, I end up on my back, and I know that I should stop. Come on and cut me some slack. When will this end? But I try again. The same good, yet it still feels like I'm failing. I know this isn't fun, but I'm stuck in a rut. And it's nice of you to seem to forgive me. Knocked out by a bottle of spirit. I'll be fine, just give me a minute. I'm too old to live, I'm too young to die. I'm too young to die. I'm too old to live, I'm too young to die. I'm too young to die. Another day and I still feel like shit. I need a pill, something to help me quick. Cause all the things I did the night before have left me wanting nothing yet somehow I do more. I walk the razor's edge between my life and death. And every time's a loss, I claim that I'm trying. Don't let him see you sweat, now let him feel the heat. I'm an animal and I can't be caged. Knocked out by a bottle of spirit. I'll be fine, just give me a minute. I'm too old to live, I'm too young to die. I'm too young to die. I'm too young to die. I'm too young to. And I'm too old to live. I'm too young to die. I'm too young to die. And I'm too old to live. I'm too young to die. I'm too young to die. God, I'm too young to die. Woo! That was scary.
That was great.
Thank you. Thank you. Does anyone have any questions? Go, shoot.
So what's your favorite song, each of you, in the album?
On the records. Sam, you go first, dude.
I love You Can't Rely, if you've heard that. That was the last one that we wrote before we went into the studio, pretty much.
Kind of wrote it in there, didn't we?
We kind of wrote it during the whole process. Maybe, I don't know, maybe I like it because it's kind of fresh and new. I mean, it changes every kind of week or so.
I think You Can't Rely is like one of the tracks on the record where, because we wrote it like so late on into like going into the process of doing it and so on, it's kind of like, it was one of those tracks where we got to kind of go a bit bigger and explore a little bit more, sound-wise and stuff. And I think for us it like very much took us back to like, it was very much like a song, you know, that we loved, and it was more sort of like talent-esque and like keeping it like sort of getting a bit funky with it, I suppose. Like it's a lot of like, there's a lot of funk to it. And that's quite fun. And like Jimmy rides the bell beautifully on that song. Nice one, Jimmy. Massive shout out. Roland, what's your favourite
I
track?
like playing Washed Out. Washed Out is like a really aggressive track. Really get lost in it. I love that song.
Mine's You Can't Rely as well.
You Can't Reply.
Yeah.
Jim?
I like For the Thrill of It.
Nice. Yeah, I like As Yet Untitled, actually. It's like one of those tracks that I think everyone in the band gets like a moment to sort of shine. Jimmy's got the most redonkulous drum fill in that as well. Basically, the album is all about Jimmy. Being totally honest, like he kind of shines through on the record more than anybody else, which is, you know, kudos to Jim. Hats off to you, mate. You know, I couldn't do that. So yeah, anyone else got another question before we jump in?
Can you explain the cover?
Can I explain the cover? Yeah, I can explain what happened with the cover. Well, I mean, like, yeah, I mean, it means, I mean, the album, I think, and like a lot of when I wrote the records and when we started this band, I did feel very like isolated in terms of where I was in the world and all that kind of stuff, and emotionally as well. So the cover inspiration was the idea of isolation, you know, juxtaposing the title, which is Together We Are Stronger. The cover was shot by us. We shot the cover. We kind of like, in terms of the artwork, in the way that the albums come together, we did it, like we did all that, which is kind of amazing and kind of it's a weird feeling for us because we've held on to it for so long and like it's like belongs to us so much that like, and we're so happy to give it to you guys. Like, don't get me wrong, like it's an amazing feeling, but like it, you know, it is a very like personal thing from the writing process all the way through to the very end of it. But in terms of what the cover actually means, it's the idea of isolation juxtaposing the title.
So today's
Today's a very terrifying day. Yeah, it's really nerve-wracking. Yeah, I'm trying to keep calm. Jimmy and Sam are staying at mine at the moment because Sam lives in Copenhagen and Jimmy's from the north. And I walked into Jimmy and Sam's room this morning. I was like, how am I supposed to feel today? Like, should am I meant to?
I was
I'm not.
tweeting at like 20 minutes to midnight. I said, Jamie,
Oh,
2 minutes.
bless you. Yeah, we're so happy and like it's great to finally have it out. You know, to finally have it out there because we kind of
friends
finished
in
it.
Australia that's been following you for like 4 years,
Bless
and they've been dying for an album. Obviously,
Oh.
waiting for you to go there and tour now. So.
Yeah, we need to get over that. The thing is, it's a long fucking way. It's a long way. I'm like, we're getting more and more like stuff as we like continue as a band. It's like, hopefully we can get all our stuff over. Either that or just have to borrow it from somebody. Cool. Should we do another track?
Yeah.
Should we do Lost Everything?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is ropey though. Wait, I need to get the chord. Okay, cool.
Let's get you ready. Sounds good.
Okay. Here's the chorus. Cool. All right, try this. See how this goes.
Shut up, talking to you, so shut your mouth, darling. You're trying to get a little respect and make some sense of all the things you said you'd do, but never come explain now. Begin, please now, begin. I'm clawing at walls of my prison cell. I'm done being under your spell. Where love lies alone, this is where hope dies, and I hope you know the promise you broke to come home again. Shattered my dreams, you've lost everything. I don't wanna hear the words you say. I'm through with feeling like a pawn, cause I'm a man, and that I've learned. Now I know that I cannot be played in your game. Go play your games. I'm done being treated like second best. God, I'm sorry, this is the end. shattered my dreams, you've lost everything. This is where love lies alone. This is where hope dies, and I hope you know. The promise you broke to come home again has shattered my dreams, you've lost everything. This is where love lies alone. This is where hope dies, and I hope you know. The promise you broke to come home again has shattered my dreams, you've lost everything. This is where love lies alone. This is where hope dies, and I hope you know. The promise you broke to come home again has shattered my dreams, you've lost everything.
Cool. Hello.
Hello.
You alright? Do you need a moment? You good? Well, I feel like I need a fucking moment. Has anyone got any more questions? Yes.
What was the idea by choosing the band name Counterfeit?
It's a very good question, and one that we've desperately tried to avoid for a long time. No, it's totally fine. I mean, it's a hard question to answer because I think for a lot of bands, like a lot of their names don't mean something, and a lot of their names mean something. I suppose like some of it came out of the idea that, and if I'm being brutally honest, I think some of it came out of the idea that like going from doing what I do in my other job to doing this, you know, this could be seen as, I suppose, like a bit of a jaunt and a bit of like fakery. So I suppose in that sense there's a slight bit of irony to it, but that wasn't necessarily it wasn't necessarily like a conscious decision to do that or to like rebel in that sort of way. I think it just happened naturally, because obviously the word itself is fake, or the idea of fake, or scientific or not. But it kind of just appeared out of thin air. If I'm being brutally honest, it just like there were lots of things going. In fact, I was actually down the road when I thought of the name. I was at the Tesco, which is in Soho, the Tesco Express. I was working around the corner, there's a theatre around the corner, I was working there. And I was walking back and I was like, oh, that feels right. And it just felt right, you know? It's just one of those things that just happened. And I'm a big believer in it. I'm a big believer in when something feels right to go for it, not to like force it or anything. But there were other names chucked around. You know, I'm a bit of a, you know, I like long song titles and stuff like that. You know, you know, she used to love me and now she doesn't. This one's about, you know, this one's about my gym class teacher. Yeah, so that kind of answers your question. Anyone else?
Yeah, first of all, congratulations. Thank you. The album is fucking great, to be honest. You got a lot of success pretty quickly. How does that feel, and can you keep up with it?
How does it feel? Well, I mean, obviously it's incredibly overwhelming. Like, all of us have played music for a long time in like various different bands, and I've played shows where like no one's turned up. You know, my first gig that I ever played was in a pub in Hounslow, and I was like 16, and I was playing drums in this band. So, I think we were all kind of prepared for it to be the same way. You know, for it to be that sort of, you go out, you play to nobody, and you just keep fucking going, and like you do it because you love it. You know, you don't do it for any other reason. So the sort of like instant, I suppose, like acknowledgement of what we were doing was incredibly overwhelming, and it can, I suppose it could sound like a little disingenuous or whatever, but like we really are like honoured and like, very touched by that. Do we think we can keep it going? By fucking Christ, we need to try. Like, like that's, you know, for us, we are so, you know, this is our first record, and that in itself is an amazing feat. The fact that we've been able to make an album. I've never made a record before. I've played in like 5 different bands, so this is kind of insane to be able to make a record. So we'll just continue to like churn out music and hope that people like it, I suppose, in a way. And like, if not, great, we'll just continue to churn out music anyway, and people will hate it. That's cool. I'm down with either one, really, as long as we get to continue to make the music.
I hope to see you at the Kerrang Awards.
Hey, yeah, they're all in here. Or if they all left. Is everyone like really upset with what we've done now, and the whole office is just like dispersed? Fuck this shit! Like, let's go get a coffee. Cool. And then, so I guess we'll do one more, which I'd like to be more of like a shared experience with you guys, if that's all right. If we can sing it all together, if anyone knows it. We're going to do "That's the Lost."
Yes.
Keen to do that. Yeah. Yeah, it's a big song. So the song, yeah, it's the last song on the record for those who haven't heard it, and yeah. So we'll give this a shot. See how this goes. I last saw your face, and I'm hoping that in death that you have found a better place. I still think about your childhood and the future you did waste. I guess you felt you don't belong here, and that haunts me every day. And I know that I get lonely when I think about your smile. And there's moments when I know I could have helped or should have tried. And I'm sorry I get angry when I know what you have lost. You're not alone. So many things I wish I'd known. And I know where you belong, and it's not here upon this earth. I just wish you could have told me and not given me this curse. And I know that I get lonely when I you smile, and there's moments when I know I could have helped or should have tried. And I'm sorry I get angry when I know what you have lost, but now you're home. I get angry when I know what you have lost, but this fear that built inside came at a cost. 'Cause now you're home. And now you're home. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you for sharing this personal moment.
Thank you. No, please, it's what it should be all about.